the Libra again. So, where did I end up last time? I had to kind of go back and redo some readings because the ones that I didn't upload, or they uploaded partially, whole Mercury retrograde thing. So, give me a minute here to tap in a little bit. Okay, so when I was starting off with you last time, or at least it was kind of more of a general thing last video, we did have the card of beauty, and the number 4, especially today, is sticking out more to me. So, a lot of things having to do with external beauty and internal beauty. Okay, so like how I was saying last time, Libra, with this whole energy coming in with the Aries season, it has really got you flustered. Okay, it's been frustrating. I think for a majority of everybody, it's with this Aries energy that came through, it's you have like these ideas and you want to be determined because that's what Aries does, but there's kind of a lack of direction. Well, the good news for Libra, in terms of April 2018, that like cloudiness, that confusion really starts to go away. And it will start to change, I believe, by the 4th, between the 4th and the 7th for Libra. So, okay, so what you're focusing on is to balance, yeah, there's that word, balance, but it's to take control over the ways that you, or the way that you were feeling about certain things going on in your life. So it's really like connecting, I think, with Libra in April, it's connecting with your own soul. It's getting in touch with the way you feel about life. This is more important things that are going to be popping up for you, and it hangs with you kind of more on a deeper level. You feel things more. You watch them unfold a little bit more in April, and I think it starts to begin with your external, and you're watching all these things when with people, like you're watching people, you're watching situations, and you know, for the first half of the month, I just see Libra's not like, or at least, I almost said for the end of March, even though we're out of March already, but for these next couple of days, or how it was at least for you, it's more so to watch and listen, and to kind of keep quiet a little bit, to feel and restructure the way you're feeling about things, or restructure yourself, and what emotions you have by it. So it's kind of going more inwardly, like that energy we just had, and it's still kind of lingering. It's to go in a little bit more internally and to regroup. Like, what is it? Like, how do I feel about this person now? Because it looks like things came up and you are really analyzing people. How do I feel about this group of people? How do I feel about this person? How do I feel about the way I'm being treated in work? You know, is it positive? Is it negative? Those kind of things. So I think that's just going to be more so of a theme for you as to how you were going to approach situations in April. It kind of goes about like you're still going to be looking at people and situations and trying to restructure how you feel about them or it, and kind of reposition yourself into those, like, how is it going to work for Libra? Like, how are you going to fit yourself into these plans, you know? So and again too, it's going to be beautiful in April, especially the middle of April. Like, I feel like once we hit the 7th, things are going to be gorgeous, okay? So so what you're kind of leaving behind, or at least what Libras are leaving behind, is, like I said earlier, having certain goals, having a structure, having things that you planned out, like you wanted to do, but you couldn't really find a way to like chart that course. Like you didn't really know how to, like what you could have done to make it happen. So that's good news because you're leaving that behind. That energy is um, going to be gone here soon. And it's good because you'll start to get back on track. Just like the way that you were analyzing situations and people and seeing like how do they act or how do they react when I do this or when I don't do this. It's gonna play out like that. So you can go ahead and flip flop that as to before it's like you didn't have something that you can grab onto to move forward. Like when it came to people, maybe you were being a little bit antisocial, or when it came to just leaving the house, you would go but then have second doubts. Like it was very unfulfilling when you left, or you went and did things. Work could have been, very slow, or it could have been really busy, but your state of being or your body wasn't able to keep up. It was almost like you were kind of playing the part of more of like a zombie going through day to day life. Like the conversations weren't as deep, but yet spiritually and mentally, like in your head, the way you perceived things was more so deep and you were more so intuitive about it. So the intuitiveness and, like I said, trying to seek like those deeper meanings or to pay attention more so how people feel or how they're acting is still going to carry on. It's just now you're going to have more of a sense of direction. And it pops up in different ways because as soon as you get your own energy back and as soon as you let go of like you being angry all the time, being more snappy or feeling more tired or feeling more lazy, or, for some of you guys who it was the opposite and you were feeling like you could go 100 miles per hour, but the world around you was, moving very slow. I think it's all going to blend together in April for you. So you're going to instantly um, feel like a shift, okay, and it's going to be a positive one. And you're going to like have a sense of where you want to go. Like you're going to have a sense of the direction that you're going to want to take. There's going to be good things that start happening, like I said, by the 4th or the 7th, around there. In like those first couple weeks of April, things are going to start to shift. Like your mind is going to become more focused, or your body's going to start having more energy. And with that, it's going to bring along kind of unpredictable situations, but in a good way. So, yeah, there still could be people around you who are feeling, again, like that, like they're still in that energy zone where they're very angry, or like those people who just are too cool for school, and they always say like the right things or do the right things. Those people are still going to be around you, but I think what's going to happen is you're going to kind of become like a chameleon and get used to all those things because your energy will shift. And there is, again, good news that's popping up for you. So there's like a question to be asked here, and it's, so whatever that you have been searching for in the past couple months, and you could have been openly looking for something, or it could have been just a way that you were feeling and you were just waiting for that right opportunity to pop up in order to take a different situation, to, take a different turn in life, to take a different direction. It's like it's going to be shown to you, and it's going to be shown to you almost in 3 different kind of ways. And one option is to stay where you are, to, either you stay single, or you stay at the house you're at, or stay at the town you're at, or stay at the job you're at and do the same things. Or there's going to be a different option to where, okay, now you're not single, now you're going to be talking to somebody or dating somebody, because these very creative people come through during this time. And I feel like it does start off more as a friend base. So for some of you guys, You're looking at somebody in a different light if it's something with romance. But even with work, it's good to shift, like that second option. Saying, okay, well, you could stay at the same job, but you can learn something new. You can take on a different responsibility, and it starts to become very creative. Like you take it into your own, and that's how it can progress. And then the third option is just completely search for something new. So you guys could be traveling, but I don't even think it's like traveling. I think it's like short traveling. So, you live out in the country, you go to the city for a couple days, or vice versa. You live in the city, you go to the country for a couple days, because there is going to be a little bit of a focus around like your actual home and house, and it's a good one. It's like that safety net, and it's beautifying things. So, and I feel like you're just gonna feel like a goddess in your own home, like creating things, taking pictures. I don't know why that popped up, but like actually taking pictures. And a lot of you too, because there is like this sense of wanting to explore for you guys in April. But it's not like with a bunch of people. It's more so you're wanting to take hikes, or you're wanting to um, redo your home, but it's almost like I seen somebody even in their house opening all the windows to get that sense of like, oh, I want to explore. So it's like finding home just all around you, being comfortable. So it's going to be nice that you're going to feel comfortable in a lot of situations when it comes to people. You're going to start to feel comfortable. You're going to feel like you connect to them more. Um, in work, you're going to find out, or it's just really going to start hitting you these next couple weeks to that you're going to find out that you're really good at something in work, and so then you start to do that a lot, and you get better, or you learn something new. So or doing the house, like you're redoing something, you could be moving around the furniture. When it comes to love, there's definitely a sense of this really deep like friendship bond, but it becomes more. It just feels like this person is very safe. This person is very home-like, and they're very safe, and they do make you feel good about yourself. So that's good. And and even if you are in a relationship, you and your partner can become more exploring, okay? Like more adventurous, trying new things, but nothing like too crazy. This is just going outside and going for a walk, or you guys drive somewhere. Like you usually always eat at one restaurant, but today you're switching it up, and you're, going to the lighthouse, or you're sitting by a lake, or you're going outside and you're doing something together. My boyfriend's getting into a bag of chips right now. I can hear him. So the only issue, and this is always a big issue for Libras, is the indecisive. You can't decide. You can't make up your mind, and so you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth about certain things you want to do, because you do have that energy back. You're not feeling as angry. You're not feeling as grumpy. You feel like it's time to beautify your life, to make things golden, to make things dreamy. You want to live, breathe, walk in this kind of perfect land. You're trying to find like a deeper meaning to your life as well, which is a very big overtone to your reading in April. Libras are just trying to either refine themselves, and that's why it took to be either socially awkward, or it took to be very lazy, because you had to focus back in on yourself. So when this time came around, when it was time to beautify yourself and to strengthen relationships that you have with people, work, family, friends, etc., love, now it's going to open you up to those things. So, middle of April is when you're going to really find yourself connecting strongly with people on a deeper wavelength. It's like you could feel what they're feeling, or they understand, what you're looking for, what you're trying to go out and look for, what you're searching for. Because there is something you're searching for in April. And then when you do start to get hints, because that's where it's going to pop out, you're going to get hints and there's going to be ideas being brought to your face, or there's going to be people that offer you something fun and weird to do, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I should go out and do that, or ooh, I don't know if I should even start. I don't know if I can commit to it. It's one of those things is I don't know if I'm ready to so much commit to it. Like I don't really know if I have what it takes, and that's not a good thing because Libras can do that sometimes because you're just now getting like that reboot with your own energy. Okay, but there's two scenarios here. So if these opportunities do present themselves to you, which they will, and that could be with love, that's what you're searching for, that perfect person, or um, you're looking for a new job, or if there's just something you don't even know what it is that you're looking for, which I think that's going to be a majority of you, is that you don't even know. You just want something to appear and you vibe with it, and then you follow through with it. Well, those are gonna that's what's gonna be the opportunities that pop up, and they're gonna come through with people. Um, so it is telling you to take that energy of like this beauty and to feel that, because it's a flower too. So it takes a little bit of rain, it takes a little bit of emotion, it takes a little bit of conversating, planting something and putting in the work and doing that. So there is still a little bit of work to be done, and it takes from you like you have to have a lot of emotions and you have to understand the way people are feeling. And I don't know if that makes sense, but so if you tap into kind of just the energy of just believing in yourself, in April things get very positive for you. Just don't take it to the extreme when you get very cocky with it, where you're very egotistic, you're very conceited. Don't do that. Just do kind of blend them out both ways. So before you were feeling a little bit in the shadows, you were feeling a little bit like you didn't want to conversate, that you were just there to kind of watch and listen and not to brag and not to put yourself in the spotlight. Well, you're going to be put in the spotlight, and this time you're going to have to be put in the spotlight with other people. So use this energy that came back to you, being like able to conversate and not feeling like so slumpy. And it says use that, just don't become too conceited or egotistic with it. Because if you become too about yourself in April, it's going to get people worried and they're going to kind of question you, like, why are you acting that way? It's just going to cause more anxiety. It could cause anxiety with you because things might not turn out the way that you wanted them to. And even with other people, they won't be able to relate to you at all. And it'll make them nervous, and they'll start acting weird, and they will turn to be untrustworthy people because they find that, or at least they're viewing you as being an untrustworthy person. So don't let that happen. Just let the energies go smoothly. And there's something that talks about forgiveness too. So if there is somebody in your life, an acquaintance or somebody who's very important, talks about forgiving them if they have done something, or if at least if you've done something to hurt somebody, forgive yourself. Or if you gave somebody the silent treatment, it's time to go back in and play. Be playful is a big thing. Now, don't be upset. This is how we're going to end this, because it just says that, like, don't be upset when certain things don't turn out the way you expected them to, or they just feel like you did something and then they were very unfulfilling, because it's whatever you did or whatever you did make like an impact on people. So hopefully you did it in a good way. So whatever you're doing, whether you're silent or whether you're totally active during April, don't be upset when you feel like, ugh, I could have maybe did something different, or oh, I just put all my energy to that and it just didn't really turn out the way that I thought it would. It was just unfulfilling is kind of the word. But you didn't really, it's just telling me to tell you, you didn't waste any energy, you didn't waste any time. Things are still going to unfold, and there's a big sense of needing to put past things behind you. Again, with that forgiveness too. But to, like, not block out, but to get all of the negativity, or for some of you guys it could be heartache. Some of you guys, it could be anxiety. Some of it is just pain or overthinking, and it says like, ooh, that will pass. Okay, so whatever was going on the last couple months, anything like heavy is going to pass, and you're going to start feeling it by the second week of April. And that's, and like it takes to lose your direction, to fall in love with yourself, to reanalyze yourself. So keep that going. Keep being like intuitive. Keep trying to connect with yourself, because that will help you connect with people, even if you think it's not going that way or people aren't viewing you in that way, because they are. So it's in a good way. And then, again, good news popping up throughout the whole month. There's going to be surprises. There's going to be coincidences. Whatever you've been searching for is going to pop up, but it's not going to pop up full force. It's going to come through in different ways that you expected it to. And there's just this big sense of making everything feel comfortable. Okay, let me do this real fast. This is the last card I have for you. And this was, I kind of pulled, I wasn't expecting that one, but, so actually the last card I pulled was Deceit. And for a lot of you guys, I feel like, yeah, there could be, I feel like it's not somebody deceiving you in a certain way, unless you're being, like I said, too egotistic or too all into yourself. Then people will pop up and try to knock you down. That's going to be, one thing that happens. But I think this is, for a lot of you guys, need to forgive somebody. Either someone's going to do something in April, and nothing like cheating, nothing like that. Because if it was anything with cheating, I think it would have already happened, and it's just being shown to you, and that's why you kind of went through this state that you were in. But, I just, all these opportunities and all these people that come to you, they could be, they could be like, not using you, but in a way, yeah, because they're giving you all these opportunities and they sound nice. I still think you should take them, but I do feel like for a majority of you guys are going to find that person maybe just needed something during that time. So they asked you to get involved with whatever they were doing and kind of used you in a certain way. So watch out for that, because it's like you're coming off as a little bit, not vulnerable, but I can't even think about that word, but gullible, there it is. Like you're coming off as like just easily used. So just keep, I still think it's like, I think that's what the outcome card was talking about with you, because when these people, there's going to be some, this person, these people, whoever, that you're involved with in April, like, a lot of them are going to come and they're going to be very creative and they're going to give you good solutions. But I think the reason why it's going to be so complicated, in a way in April, is because you don't necessarily, like, you're not into, and you also don't trust every person or every opportunity that's popping up. And I think it's going to take that for like you to experience these different things, it'll start to unravel what that was that you have been searching for, and that's how it's going to be shown to you. You're going to have to go through these different situations. You're going to have to find out that you were being used, or you were being lied to, or people just needed you temporarily for something and they didn't make that clear, but you did it anyways, and yet you still learned something from it, good or bad. So all those situations that pop up in April are going to lead you to discover, or at least put you like very much forward into, okay, well, what am I supposed to do next with my life? Or that thing that you were searching for, whether it was love. For like even an example, if it was love, maybe you're talking to somebody and they're using you for sex. Let's give it that kind of example. And then all of a sudden you catch on, or you hear things, or you see things, that intuition we talked about at the beginning, but, you had to go through that, and you're like, wow, this person used me. And then you talk to somebody else, like one of your friends, And then you start to figure out, like, wow, well, this person never has lied to me. This person has always been there for me. And this person has never made me feel desperate or, you know, and that's the person who brings that homey feeling. Same thing with friends and same thing with work. You're going to have colleagues that pop up. Some of them are going to be loving on you and want to hear your ideas, but then others of you are going to, or others of them, anyways, the other ones are going to try to set you up for failure. And it takes you to be forgiving for all these people and situations, and it's going to take you to learn it and move on. That's why it's going to be hard, but it's going to be fulfilling. Some of them are not going to be fulfilling, but going into May is you're going to really like start to begin something new because of what all conspired or happened, unfolded in April. So I hope that made sense. And I hope you guys have a wonderful April, and feel free to comment below. And I will see you next time. Thank you.